Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hytale Podcast, your number one source for Hytale podcasts and news and more podcasts. I'm Chris, CanadianFlash, with my boy Myne on that side of me.
Hello there.
Yes, Myne. It's been a pretty slow week for Hytale. Like every week, pretty much.
Slow and fast at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know how. That's kind of like an oxymoron, slow and fast. But
yeah, I am kind of saying two antonyms. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
and I guess we'll kind of explain what we mean with that. There is an Ask Hytale that came out.
Hell yeah,
it's
I love Ask
only
Hytale.
one Ask Hytale, and we'll kind of go into why.
Yeah, and it's a bit weird.
Consider that slow.
It's a weird Ask Hytale because I wasn't at work when it dropped, which is mind-baffling.
True.
That was strange, and you weren't instantly in the comment section putting out your babe Hytale drop a post tweet.
What time did he post this? 12 p.m.
12:15. Yeah, right. I was eating lunch. I'm like, oh my god, new Hytale thing. Yeah.
On March 12th, Tuesday. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what I was doing. I was probably working.
Yeah, you probably were working, honestly. Yeah. So it's like, why were you working and I wasn't? I can't believe it.
Good question. I don't know. Buddha's stalking us. Well, I think we're teasing long enough. Let's get into the Ask Hytale. I'll try to read this out without stuttering. Okay, ready?
Yeah, no pressure.
Hold on.
Oh, he needs to get a drink of water, guys. It's gonna be the greatest read you're ever gonna hear in your life.
While Hytale will definitely feature the incredible. Oh, I should probably answer what it's asking.
Oh yeah, that would help. This is from.
The question is if there's gonna be updates.
Yeah, well, Hytale add content to their game, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the answer is a yes. Thank God we didn't just get a yes. Yeah.
Okay. While Hytale will definitely feature the incredible, beautiful, and mind-blowing creations we're hoping our amazing players will make with our tools.
Did you mess that up
is
already?
That grammar and mine. Wait.
What?
And mind-blowing creations we're hoping our amazing players will make with our tools. You can rest assured that there will also be plenty of original adventures, game modes, and surprises from the team. The story of Orbis isn't going to tell itself after all. Our plan is to develop this.
Good job, buddy. I'll finish it for you. I'll finish it for you. Our plan is to develop the ability for you to create your own worlds and stories, and then use those abilities to create our worlds of adventures as well. So,
did you say our world or our own?
Oh, our own. I'm slightly
okay.
All right. Okay. I think I'm just slightly dyslexic. I think maybe. Probably. Reading's hard. You know what?
Hard. I don't know what to tell you. That sentence was hard.
We need reading training on this podcast, honestly.
Yeah, we need to take an elementary class.
Yeah, for real. Go back to kindergarten. So Hytale is going to be updating their game. All right, thanks for watching this podcast, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy.
Yeah, and so that part we knew from a John Hendricks tweet.
Yes.
John has tweeted so much. I wish I had a document that or a spreadsheet that saves all of John's answers that I could go back on.
Well, I'm sure we could just get one of the smart people in the Hytale community to make a bot that does that, looking at some of these smart guys.
Filters all of the answers. I know for a fact that John Hendricks has said that there will be updates in the future. Do not ask me when. If you're a Hytale podcast fan, you'll remember that too, because we covered every John tweet there is.
Yes.
Is that crazy? It might be.
Even the tweets he doesn't even know he tweeted, we covered it.
That's true. And so I kind of commented saying, am I wrong for thinking we've known about all of this before? Because I think the first time reading this, I misunderstood the tweet. And I think Hugo kind of helped explain it. I still didn't really understand it. I'm going to try to find where that is. Yeah, right here. I think the confirmation of new adventure modes or stories from them is very cool. I don't think we ever knew that, is what he said.
Well, Buddha also replied to your comment.
He said that there is new information. The question in one form or another has been speculated about for years. About updates?
Yeah,
it's updates, John. So, because he did say small game dev, Goblin, did a great job confirming / adding clarity.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess
so it's more of just a confirmation
in an official way to say, yeah, what John said was right.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, I'm sure he was always going to be right. Just they're not gonna not update their game. Like, that's just straight up game suicide, right? So,
but I think there's a lot of things to read into this Ask Hytale, because what Hugo said about them adding their own, adding on to new adventures and things. So it says, our plan is to develop the ability for you to create your own worlds and stories.
Right.
No duh. And then use those abilities to create our own worlds and adventures as well. So the abilities that they're giving us is what they're going to use to create their worlds for us. Am I understanding that right?
I'm a little confused now.
See, I think the issue is when you try to read into this Ask Hytale for too long, it becomes so incredibly confusing. And so if you just glance at this and you're like, oh, okay, the game's going to keep updating and they're going to give us the abilities to make our own updates, which we kind of already knew because of the modding, then you're like, oh, okay, this is nice. But when you like dissect every sentence and be like, okay, but what does this really mean? It becomes like, what does this really mean?
It expands just a little bit here. Which is kind of
cool. So I know for a fact that I'm reading too deep into it.
I think you are.
John has tweeted after the past like 2 podcasts giving clarifications, but like, well, actually,
he's gonna be like, "Bud, we're updating the game. That's it."
Oh, did we ever? Wait, we never covered the last John tweet about.
Oh my goodness!
Wait, let's get into this because
John clarifies.
I think that feeds into this Ask Hytale as well.
Bet.
Where is that? Gives
when
me
did you reply to that?
Probably last week when I announced.
When was the last pod? The 16th. So
I'm scrolling down right now. Yeah, right here.
The 9th. So anything after the 9th.
He said a couple of quick notes for you. 2-year comment. That one's irrelevant. From Earth. That was irrelevant. Here's the 2 important things. There will never be no more story in the adventure mode. Winky face. And Trork power progression is one of the most fascinating things in Hytale. And I think
that's huge.
Let's talk about the Trorks first, because I want to get back into the story, because I have takes and I can ramble on. But I think the Trorks are easy to talk about because we've heard from Buddha before. He thinks the Trorks are super fascinating.
Yeah, now we've heard from another developer that Trorks are also very fascinating. They're kind of doubling down on Trorks. And I know, what was it, like last year? They were kind of doubling down on the Farrens. Now it sort of seems like...
Yeah. So...
Trorks?
What's next? A long time ago, Buddha was like, yeah, no, you got to keep an eye on the Trorks. I think they're super interesting. And then last year, kind of, we had the shift of like, by the way, Farrens are kind of cool. And now we're kind of back on the Trork train. The Trork train.
Ooh.
Someone's got.
That's gonna be a new Hytale Spins YouTube channel, isn't it?
Someone's got to use that.
The Trork train.
Of being like, hey, you know what? The Trorks, they're kind of cool. They're kind of interesting.
Hey.
And
you know what? Hugo loves the Trorks. You know, that's Hugo's guy right there. The
yeah, his Discord username is in fact Trork. So if you want to send him a friend request, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, go spam him.
Trorks, I think, is so interesting that they're, quote, fascinating. Because the Farrens, I can understand the Farrens are interesting. They have a history of slavery.
But, like, Trorks kind of, like, they capture Quebecs, too. So that's very fascinating.
Exactly.
As well. It's like, oh, my God.
Yeah, but they come off, or at least they're presented to us, as very simple-minded creatures.
They're troll orcs, hence the name Trork.
And so what in the world can be interesting about them?
I mean...
I want a blog post about just Trorks. We got Outlander blog post, and a lot of people like Outlanders, but I'll be honest,
big Outlander
it didn't really make me interested for Outlanders.
I'm hyped for Outlander. What are you talking about? They look sick.
I'm a day one Outlander denier.
Oh wow, you're an Outlander hater. Yeah, I can't believe
I'm an Outlander denier. I think they're not cool.
I think they're really cool.
I might get flamed.
Yeah, honestly, like start roasting. Oh, you know, I'm gonna give away your you're not Instagram, your Discord so people will know. Isn't it just mine?
But here's the thing. No one has ever said, "Oh, by the way, watch out for the Outlanders. They're kind of crazy."
Because we already know they're kind of crazy, bro. They're whipping up spells. You remember the little demon hand thing? Like that's 100% Outlander. Just saying. They have like things on their eyes. They don't see. How do they see? How do they see?
We've never heard anyone mention Outlanders after the blog post. It's always been, "Oh, by the way, Farrens and Trorks."
It's because it's already implied. It's already implied. That's why.
Maybe. What if Outlanders just straight up don't exist anymore?
Could you imagine? That would be hilarious. I very highly doubt that, but that would be hilarious. But yeah, Trorks, dude. But so he also talked about here also one proximity chat, but that's a whole different podcast question. We'll skip over that because I'm sure Hakon's watching. He said there will be never.
He said the comment was about dogs, not proximity chat. Like he wasn't referencing it at all.
Right. Sorry. And
that
then he
is
also
a non-reference.
There will never be no more story in the adventure mode. So did this question kind of bring up the Ask Hytale question, you think?
I don't know. So there is another thing from John Hendricks. I'm going to have to find the tweet because I know I saved it, where he also said you're not completing the story mode.
Well, I'm gonna do it.
Some Discord searching.
You're telling me you're not going to complete the story mode? I mean, how many multiple? Well, can you ever complete the story mode? Can you even complete it in Minecraft? Like,
okay, I got it.
You never really just kind of end your world. Like, yes, you can beat the Ender Dragon and the credits roll, but there's still so much more to do after.
The other quote from John Hendricks, and this is November 12th, 2023, replying to someone talking about unlocking different, New Game Plus in adventure mode if you beat the game or progress some sort of way through the story mode. He replied, "Progress completely through the story mode. Good luck." Also implying there is no end in adventure mode or story mode. Same thing. And then now we have on March 10th, a week ago, him saying once more, there will never be no more story in adventure mode, which they kind of, lock hands. So we have multiple different ways to interpret this. Pillar 1, he says, progress completely through story mode, good luck. That could just be saying, hey, by the way, it is 100 hours. It is so long, you're going to take a while. Good luck with that. Right? I don't want to, discount
that there's, a theoretical just end to the story, right?
But I'm just going to go with there is no definitive ending.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna go with this pillar. John, if you want to correct me, I don't think he will. I think this is one where he's going to stay silent.
Well, they like to hide lore of the game.
They don't like talking about story whatsoever. So,
but if they want to, I'm sure they can.
I'm going to go with the idea of saying progress completely through story mode, good luck, means there isn't a necessarily definitive ending. I'm taking that as pillar 1.
Okay.
Pillar 2, he says there will never be no more story in adventure mode, meaning you'll always find more story. Well, wait, what do you mean? How can you always have more story? I mean, at some point they're going to run out, which leads me to believe that the world, there isn't a set story as if you play any sort of story game where it's point A, point B, scripted.
Well, we know Hytale's not going to be like that.
Exactly.
You can do whatever you want in whatever order to get up to, I guess, that final fight with Varen. You don't even have to fight the Void Spider, probably. You could probably fight him after Varen if you really wanted to.
Right, exactly. And so there's also a Noxy interview with Kodiak.
The old
Legacy
one.
Gaming. Legacy Gaming, where he mentions that everyone's Hytale playthrough will be different. No playthrough will be the same.
Right.
Which also kind of implies that within the story, people are going to talk to the Quebecs first or talk to the Slothians first.
Mm-hmm.
That one's obviously a little more loose because we don't know necessarily what he's talking about. But I think it can be implied that, it could find story.
And also, there's reputations with every faction as well. So one guy could...
Oh my god. I forgot about reputations.
One guy could be just, he could go to the Quebecs first, but instead of, friending the Quebecs like Connor will, he can be like TT, shout out TT, and just burn the whole village down. He's going to be a Trork ally, everybody's going to be
let's open the reputations rabbit hole for a quick second.
All right,
I know this can be an entire podcast. what if that like kind of determines the story? There literally is no story, and the story evolves on what you do. If you decide to be enemies with the story, it kind of like naturally forms that the Quebecs are now enemies, and you're making friends with the Trorks, and that is the storyline. And so you kind of create that yourself, and then there's a few scripted quests and things to like tie it all together. And so you can literally have a completely different outcome in the entire world of Orbis. Of the Quebecs are now extinct. You burn them all.
They're all dead. They're gone.
And finished. You change the history of Orbis. It's a reach, but that sounds like a cool idea. I don't know if that's even possible in game.
I do wonder
with like how detailed I'm thinking.
If you have a certain just like level of reputation with specific factions, will that lead you towards maybe not even seeing a single boss or fighting that specific boss throughout your entire playthrough? Like, what if you're just a real big goblin fan, you know? You have a reputation with the goblins. You're not going to fight the Duke because they're going to like you. So maybe you'll never even have that opportunity to fight that boss. Or with the Scarix, if you're, I don't know, handing them Farrons to slave or whatever. The Broodmother's going to be like, oh, thanks, bro. You know, he's not going to want to fight you, you know?
That'd be interesting. You think there's going to be a Quebec boss that we can fight?
Razorleaf Rangers? I don't know. It's like a wave system, maybe? They start launching spears at you from the treetops.
Yeah, you start a raid on the village, and they're bunkering up, defending, throwing spears at you.
Have you ever played what's that Star Wars game? And there's like an Ewok raid. I forget what it's called. Oh my god.
No.
Battlefront. It's Battlefront.
Oh, Battlefront?
Battlefront. Yeah, there's like an Ewok hunt or something.
Are you talking about the 2004 or 5 games or the
there's some modern EA games. There's like Ewok hunt. I forget what it's called.
Too.
I don't know, it's like Ewok hunt, and they're just like launching like trees and stuff at you. I can just imagine the Quebecs doing that.
That so sounds funny. Amazing.
Yeah, I gotta look it up for you.
I hope the game is that dynamic. Yeah, dude. The reputation system.
Yeah, it's called the Ewok
crazy.
Hunt. I remember playing it on my buddy's PlayStation. I think it's or Xbox. The Horror of Battlefront 2 Ewok Hunt. That's the first video that comes on. And it's just, you hear like, woo, you know, the little Ewok noises going around.
You know, I played Battlefront 2 for like a good, like 60 hours. I don't think I remembered that.
You never did the Ewok. That's the best thing. It's the most annoying thing too, but it's the best thing in that game, in my opinion. It's literally.
Yeah, I might not have.
I'm going to copy this and save this. I'm going to send it to you so you can watch it later, but it's so funny. It's hilarious. This is like the video I'm sending you.
I probably have and don't remember it because I played it a long time ago.
Yeah. I remember playing it and I'm like, oh, this is so much fun. And this amount of memes on that is, but I don't know. Quebecs and Ewoks.
Sounds funny.
They seem
Quebecs
very
and Ewoks. They do have a similarity.
Right.
I wonder if there's a little bit of inspiration.
Yeah, I wonder actually.
Mm-hmm. We're drifting right now.
Nah, Star Wars talk's always good.
Reputation could go crazy in terms of story, because maybe you are just evil with the Quebecs. And you never find out lore against them because you're always attacking them.
Right, and maybe they won't give you their powers within Gaia or whatever they got, their connection to her, you know?
Yeah. And so that kind of like leads me into the question of how is the story going to be brought to us? How is it going to be implemented into the game? Is it going to be a more linear path? It can't be.
I hope
if
no, it's impossible. Everyone's playing.
I don't think it's possible for a linear path. I mean, no, it could be a semi-linear path. I'm gonna reference Breath of the Wild again. I know you haven't played that.
Okay. But
I know most people have. So I'll kind of explain it. Basically, once you get off the tutorial island, you can do whatever you want. It's basically an open world. Well, it is an open world. And they just give you 4 different like points on the mini map. Like you can go to this tribe, you can go to this tribe, and whatever. And if you decide not to do that, you can like ignore that the entire time. But if you go to their tribe, then you can talk to people, and then it'll slowly like start a quest line for a dungeon per se. It could be something like that where you can choose to never talk to any of the tribes. You can choose to talk to them but never start a quest. Or you can choose to talk to the Quebecs, be like, oh, by the way, the Trorks are being very annoying, and I need your help. Oh, by the way, someone burned our village. Can you help rebuild? And blah blah blah. And then you kind of like grow into the Quebec ecosystem, learn more about them, do tasks for them, and that's kind of the story. You learn the history. The Quebecs tell you more, and so it's kind of like a more naturally progressing story. But you can also choose not to do that. And then you go to the Slothians, and then they're like, "Hey, we need you to kill cave rexes."
Mm-hmm.
And that's a storyline that you're gonna avoid for all of your Hytale because you don't want to kill cave raptors, because you want to ride them.
Well, don't be killing cave raptors, guys. Come on, you got to build an army.
Right, but I mean that is, I'm leaking this right now. That's a Slothian quest line, and so you have to do that.
I'd be so mad. I kill the Slothians.
Build up your reputation with the Slothians, and
then I kill them.
I'm curious how the interconnection between different tribes comes in play. How does that work? Because they also spawn differently.
Yeah. Huh.
I mean, and the one thing we know is from the trailer, we have seen a quest with the Quebecs and Gaia's Temple. Right. In front of the golem.
Yes.
So that is a Quebec quest line.
Do you think
where does that come from?
Do you think, I don't know, but do you think chore camps or specific chore camps will spawn within a certain radius of a Quebec camp if they have lore between the two?
I mean, they have to have lore. We've seen them
no, I mean like
hate each other.
One specific village with one specific chore camp. They could have their own specific lore between the two camps.
The lore village and the lore camp, and the other ones are just randomly spawning like merchant camps.
Yeah. What if that is,
and so it's more like a capital. Hytale reference. Oh. It's more like a capital Quebec village, and the rest are regular Quebec villages.
Yeah, if you could put it that way. I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, what, do they have? Because if, for example, there's a
has that ever been a theory before?
I don't know, but if
I don't think I've ever heard of someone talk about a capital Quebec or a capital chore camp.
Yeah, because I don't expect a chore camp to be like 20 miles away from a Quebec camp, and the two are gonna have intertwining like save the Quebec lore together.
Exactly, they have to be close.
Yeah, exactly. They would have to be in a certain radius, I think.
Okay, we're forgetting so much. What about the Farron in the snow gear? And they're literally traveling to another zone. There's so much about this game.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, there also could be cross-zone. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be cross-zone quests. That just is obvious, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It would be a pain in the butt trying to rescue a Quebec from a chore camp from Zone 1 to Zone 4, but I guess if it's a quest, it's a quest.
Is the Wandering Farron quest related, or is that part of their species? Maybe they're getting eradicated by the Scarix Part 2, and they need to flee into the cold.
Well, that's what John. I think it was John Hendricks. Story. Well, in the blog post, it was really saying there was a reason for them to go.
Yeah.
Into Zone 3, being from hot. They don't just go from hot zone to cold zone.
Does that also mean all Farrons, or is it just a single tribe? Is it the story tribe?
Ooh, what? Yeah, I would. Yeah, going back to the radius thing, maybe the Scarix built their nest right beside a Farron camp.
And when does that happen? Does that happen when you're not even looking? Does the world evolve without you having to interact with it, or do you have to start this Farron quest line to learn about the Scarix invading the Part 2 Electric Boogaloo, and then they're like, shit, we gotta move.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
And then they move.
Do you think they would just be straight, all the Farrons abandon the camp, and it's just a dead, hollow village? Or you think there may be a straggler or two, one that stays behind?
Because
like, how would you start the quest unless you say, oh, there's Scarix markings on this wall that was a Farron house?
Yeah. And I think that's the interesting thing is, like, how are they going to tell us the story? Is it that we interact with the story Farron at the camp, because we know there's multiple ones, how do we choose the right one? Do all of them start the same quest, or do we have to randomly find the same one? That's also a thing.
Oh, dude, there's so much to theorize about. Holy
and
cow.
If there is a story camp, what if, I mean, this is a randomly procedurally generated game. What if it just spawns wrong? Or what if it spawns so far away you can't find it? Like Zone 2 is just 10,000 blocks. And
you gotta go digging.
You're in Zone 1 and you're technically now 20,000 blocks away.
Well, you gotta run. You gotta haul. You just gotta go. Send it.
Right, and even if you go that distance, I mean, it is X and Y. What if you just never find the capital one, but you find other?
Maybe they all have slight lore to them.
This entire podcast, for episodes now, is not us answering questions. It is us asking questions. It is us asking questions, throwing them into the void.
Yeah,
knowing the developers hear us and knowing they can't reply.
Yeah, they're probably watching. They're like, I would love to type this answer, word for word, but they can't. And we got into this rant, not even rant, just this discussion talking about an Ask Hytale question. We're like, it's an Ask Hytale question about the world building with content.
And now we're here.
Yeah, now we're here. Crazy how these things just happen. And people always say like, oh yeah, I bet you guys can't go 100 podcasts. I'm like, dude, bet.
Over a year ago, we got told not to start this podcast. Mm-hmm. We got told you will run out of topics after a month.
When we're still finding topics easily. We literally go on, we're like, anything happened on Twitter today? And we're like, nah, and then we just start the podcast and then remember that stuff actually happened and then we go back to it.
I know for a fact, every single time we ask a question, and it happens dozens of times per podcast, I don't know how many devs. We know of a few handful that watch it. I don't know if other devs sit in the shadows and
I'm sure they do.
I know for a fact they are giggling and kicking their feet, being like, "Oh, I know the answer to that one. I know
these guys are right.
Oh, they're so stupid. Oh, they're so stupid. You know what I mean? Like, why would they think that? Oh, it's so obvious.
I can guarantee you, in their staff meetings, they're like, "Uh-oh, they brought this up. What do they know?" Or they're like, "Damn, they fumbled the bag on that one."
Yeah. I mean, with how many episodes we have, there has to be a certain theory we've dropped where they're like, shit, how do they know this?
Well, I mean, we did kind of nail that Varen gravity arm. I think it was from Hakon or Hugo, but I think we kind of really brought that into the attention, which is pretty cool. And the Demon Soul Reaper, that was legendary podcast back in the day.
To be fair, for every theory we have likely gotten correct, there are 99 other theories that are probably all wrong.
You know the saying, a broken clock is right twice a day? That's us. That is us.
Hey, you know what? You can't...
2 out of 24. 2 out of 24. You
can't... What is the basketball quote about, like, you miss every shot you don't take?
Yeah, 100% of the shots you don't take. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we have thrown maybe 1,000. And so...
Yeah, I mean, hey, you gotta get one in
1% success rate, you know what I mean?
That's pretty good. It is pretty good.
Wow. I did not expect this Ask Hytale.
30 minutes on an Ask Hytale question.
There's still technically more to talk about the Ask Hytale, you know what I mean?
Yeah. We'll let the comments talk about the Ask Hytale.
Because we still didn't discuss about what it means that they're going to create their own worlds. They're going to create their own adventures. They're going to create their own mini games. Are we going to get multiple story modes? Or...
I don't know. What's Hytale going to do? Be like, oh, this guy finished the game first. Here's his world. I don't know. Good luck trying to figure that one out.
I stare at the Ask Hytale and it hurts my brain. So if you're still watching this, thank you. I appreciate you. I want you to tell us in the comments, YouTube comments. I'm going to read them. I read all of them.
I do.
Chris responds to almost all of them.
I try to. At least I heart all of them.
Please, explain this Ask Hytale to me. I'm losing my damn mind.
You're probably reading it so depth. I'm sure, like you said, the Hytale team's looking at this. They're like, dude, it ain't that serious. Like,
no, 100%. 100%. But I also said, am I wrong for thinking we know about this all before? And the way I read it, I've known about all of this from John tweets because I'm a psycho and a stalker.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, there's confirmation, so maybe he just means, yeah, John said it, but it wasn't official, so we're making it official. But it's also we're gonna create our own worlds. I'm gonna stop.
Yep, let's get on to viewer questions. I love viewer questions on a Sunday night. Viewer questions on a Sunday night. We're cooking on this Monday podcast today, I think.
We really are. Viewer questions. Most active Hytale podcast. Most active Hytale Discord. Link in the description if you haven't joined it. By the way, subscribe. We are almost at 900 subscribers. Almost at the 1K mark.
Oh, so close. So close. We're going to pass Hytale Spins. We're going to do it.
We definitely are. You want to be the before 1,000 subscriber.
Yeah.
It's kind of cringe. You know, I don't want to call you cringe for being 1,001 because you're still cool.
No, just not as cool.
You want to be 999. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you want to be you know what you really want to be? You want to be number 1,000.
Yeah, that's the coolest one. You don't get anything for it besides bragging rights.
Let us know if you're number 1,000. We'll give
if you are, you get a special
we'll
role.
We'll pin you.
Special
we
role
can't
in
check
Discord.
if you're lying, by the way, so you can just lie.
Yeah. Special role in Discord for the 1,000th sub, and it'll be crazy when it's me or mine.
Yeah, I'll just subscribe on my channel. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
Exactly.
If you want to ask us viewer questions to answer on the podcast, it's the link in the description. We have a channel that is very active. Very active.
Yeah, they're banging this weekend. I'm telling you.
The last mega thread of questions that we left on.
Mine. Actually, we forgot about one thing to talk about. What do we think about the Minecraft's mace? Because Minecraft is releasing a mace, and it's oddly similar to any mace in any other game ever, but a lot of people are comparing it to Hytale's
I was about to say, what do you mean oddly similar to? Also, what do you mean a lot of people are comparing it to Hytale? It's your tweet.
No, I'm on Reddit right now. There's a Reddit right now from Sub2Doggos for Life, and he's like, ain't no way, and it's like a ground pound technique from a mace, but Hytale does it cooler, obviously.
I also can't believe the Reddit is full of human beings, so there's also that.
Yeah, so Hytale's not Hytale. Minecraft's adding maces now, by the way, guys, in case you guys are wondering. It honestly kind of looks more like a Thor's hammer other than a mace. But
yeah, I don't know. It's super OP. I like that it's super OP.
Is it?
It one-shots everything. So
does it? I haven't seen videos of it, but
it one-shots everything.
Damn. Even like the Warden?
It one-shots the Warden.
What? What type of god tier weapon is this?
It one-shots everything in the game.
There's even the Ender Dragon.
It one-shots the Ender Dragon.
Oh, dear God.
It one-shots the Wither. It one-shots everything. I think Warden has the most HP in the game. So
there's no way. Are you lying?
No, I can send you a video of you killing the Warden in one shot.
I'll send
it to you after the pod.
Oh my God. Minecraft, what are you doing?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's so stupid.
Wait, how do you get it? Is it nether?
I have no clue how you craft it. I have no clue.
Okay.
I hope it just sticks in a rock and you just get it early game. You know?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, you just jump off a cliff.
Just ruin the balance of Minecraft. I'm all for it.
So how's that going to be in combat on servers then? Everybody's like first to get a hit wins? Like, is that how
I think people are calling for it to be banned in PvP stuff.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Imagine people just and then they just dropped out on somebody. It's game over.
Yeah, because it one shots netherite. So.
Oh my God, that's insane.
Yeah, I hope we have a weapon like that in Hytale.
I hope so.
I can have Varen's
it's like a wood sword. Yeah, Varen's gravity arm.
Varen's gravity arm just one shots you. Just from the game.
You know what I'd use it for? Just launch people into space. Boom, bye, dead.
Yeah, and you suffocate without oxygen, and you're gone.
Will Hytale have that? That'd be cool. Cool physics.
Oxygen meter. I mean,
do you imagine?
There's going to be an oxygen.
Suits.
There's going to be an oxygen meter underwater, so I don't see why in space there wouldn't be the same thing.
Fair point. I mean,
spacesuits.
Will you have to make a spacesuit? That'd be wild. All right, let's get on to viewer questions.
We got some viewer questions.
Yeah.
Question for Myne. How do you know German?
Who's that?
Who's Myne? That's a good question. How do you know German? I am German. I was born there.
Mine is German.
I live in America now.
Yep. He's an immigrant.
I am an immigrant, and I speak fluent German and sometimes English. I can't read Ask Hytale.
Yeah, reading's hard.
I don't know how confident my English is, but...
So you just don't speak Hytale. That's what you speak.
I don't speak Buddha text.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't speak his language, unfortunately. Yeah. I read into the tea leaves. I speak John though. I speak John.
We all speak John Hendricks. Oh, he got some tattoos this week too.
He did get some tattoos, but he didn't show his leg. That is showing a spoiler.
Dang it.
Shame.
Dang it.
I want to see his leg. That's a statement that only works in the Hytale community.
Yeah,
I want to see his leg.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
In a very consensual and non-weird way.
Nope.
I want to see his leg.
Yep. At the beach.
At the beach.
Yeah. All right. Next question.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
Do you think the game will have a stat system that you level up by collecting XP? What do you mean stat system?
Like solo leveling? Like that type of stat system? Have you watched
Are you talking like... No, I don't watch anime.
Oh, you should watch. It's so good. New episode dropped today, by the way. It's pretty dope.
Are you talking about like enchantment level EXP like in Minecraft? But you say like stats. There is no stats system. I think we've gone over this.
So what are you going to do? Like if you're like a level 5 Hytale player, you're going to have more strength and speed and stamina?
Yeah, I think we've gone over this like I don't know how many podcasts. There are no like tech trees or level ups and things like that. It's just the gear that you get.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be like Ark where you have like
if your gear gives
numbers.
you plus 15 armor, that is your stat upgrade.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like Ark where you level up and put plus 15 points onto your speed, so you go from 15 to 30. Like, I don't think it's going to be like that.
Yeah. Before we go on to the next question, I want to share with you something that happened today. I like drink. Obviously, almost every podcast, you see me drinking out of a glass of water.
Yes. Water, very healthy, by the way. You should drink it if you don't.
I have 2 full glasses of water. And not only that, I...
Oh, why is it?
I have 3 glasses of water on my desk.
Are any of them old waters? Or are they all old? And wait, hold on, Myne. This might be slightly disgraceful. I'm not gonna lie, but why don't you have water in your Hytale mug?
I am not using my Hytale mug because I think everyone knows it. And if you don't know it, you're a fake fan. I almost dropped it. I am not touching that thing again. I'm putting that in a frame. And
I was just swinging it around. I was just swinging it around in my hand.
That could not be me. No.
Yeah, you almost dropped it.
I will use my Hytale cup. Will I? I feel like the fact that I almost broke it once.
You did almost break it once.
And fun fact, Buddha did not know about that clip because he watched the audio version of that episode. Or listened to it.
So he definitely went back to watch the actual version then.
Yeah, no, he didn't. Fun fact, it is the Radoons interview, if you're wondering. We have 2 or 3 Radoons episodes. It's one of them.
I think it was the first one.
Yeah, I think it's the first one.
There was even a fan art made up of it, which is pretty cool.
There's a fucking fan art of me almost breaking my mug.
Oh my god, speaking of breaking your mug, I forgot that we have an intro for the pod that I keep forgetting to play.
Dude, I've been wondering, when are you gonna play this?
I keep forgetting to implement it. Oh my goodness!
Do you want to play it real quick, and we'll keep talking?
Yeah, hang on. I gotta get it real quick. I haven't even downloaded it.
You don't have it downloaded?
No.
I thought you had this shit imported in OBS.
Nope, I haven't done a single thing yet, and I don't want to leak our DMs with Slamma, so it'll be on the next podcast. I can get it. I can get it on my phone.
We'll just save it for next podcast.
Yeah, it'll be the intro for the next. Remind me to put in the intro for the next podcast because I will forget.
I mean, that's if I remember too.
Slamma, somebody, please remind me to put this there because I will forget about it.
I know a good amount of people watch till the end. Viewers, set a reminder. I don't know when we're gonna record. Set a reminder for Thursday or something.
Yeah.
And then spam at him in the Discord.
To
just spam him and be like, I want to see the new intro. I want to see the new intro before you record. And then
because I will forget, guys. I promise you, I will forget.
So, yeah. No, the way that Buddha saw it is because I reposted an edit of that clip on Twitter with the mug, like a mug breaking sound effect, because it fell into my lap.
Did you?
But
Yeah.
you can't see what happened to the mug, and so it just drops from my hand, and you just hear shattering, and it sounds so real. Dude, that clip is so scary with that sound effect. I hate it.
So what
I hate
what
it.
did Buddha Cat say from that?
He was like, "Oh my god, how did I not know about this? I listened to the audio, but like I explained the context of it."
Oh, okay. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Probably thought you broke like the most legendary Hytale merch ever.
I hate how that's a piece of history of
That's lore.
Hytale lore is me dropping a mug. Why can't Hytale lore be a release date? You know
like
what I mean?
Game?
It has to be me dropping a mug. The Hytale mug.
Yep. That's just how it goes. That's how the cookie crumbles, buddy. Don't drop your mug.
And so now I am permanently scared to touch that mug.
That's fair. That's definitely fair.
Yeah.
Kind of funny though.
Chris, we've had a good time. We hopefully will have more Ask Hytales that are written better for me to understand, so that I don't read too deep into them. Well, just give us a yes. Next,
but then we'll theorize.
Say the word yes.
We'll theorize. Well, it'll be the most like in-depth question.
We'll do another 30-minute discussion about that. Yes. But at the very least, I can't be confused about sentence structure. You know what I mean? Because it's just a yes. Put a period. Otherwise, I think there's like some hidden text. Period. So I know that the sentence stops. Yeah,
for sure. Alrighty, I think that'll wrap up the podcast for today. Hope you guys do enjoy the podcast today. It's gonna be a Monday upload, so stay tuned for that. That's
everyone
gonna be fun.
Who is watching this is already watching this on a Monday.
Yeah,
they know.
Yeah. So with that being said, see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Peace out.